Hey guys, Revamp here, and I'm here. Today I will be talking about a really hard repair I had to do and introducing to you guys how switches work and what you can expect to see, especially when repairing the Nintendo DS Lite. This particular one was a real pain in the neck. I actually did not put it up for sale yet. So, the name of this episode is going to be Switches Be Trippin'. I will also name your acapella group. Alright, here we go.
All I'm trying to do here is show you that this is an aftermarket shell, third party. It's not the original. It's the wrong screws, wrong support, and the wire's in the wrong place, which means a repair probably was attempted. The switch is giving a little hard time moving. It's sticky, and if you play with it a little, you see it comes up, which means it wasn't really secured right and the pads have ripped. Now I'm just putting down some flux to make it easier to melt the solder, and I'm just gonna take it right off. Whoosh, there we go, right off. Whoever last attempted this repair must have been a stripper, because all the pads were stripped off. Okay, before I get into all that, this is a diagram I made myself of how the switch works. So as you can see, even without pole 1 and half of pole 2, the switch will still work fine. It's still good to have them connected if you can keep the pad. And those other two, those weird side ones, they help to anchor the switch and hold it in place. And the weird little lines is the schematic symbol. So this is what it means to add a jumper. As you can see, if the pad is lost, the semiconductor cannot connect to that copper layer. So what we do is we scrape some of that green stuff away, the solder mask. We expose the copper level, and then we kind of bridge a connection using what's called a jumper. This can be, in this case, it's going to be a small copper strand of wire. Now this is how it's done at like 8 times speed under a microscope. If I was this articulate, I would not be a technician. I'd be performing heart surgeries in New York, and probably on celebrities and the president. Now I'm just testing to see if I expose enough copper to form that molecular bond we need. Alright, to pass the time, I looked up some clean jokes. Why did the hipster burn his mouth when eating pizza? Because he ate it before it was cool. That's a pretty cheesy joke. Alright, I almost got this switch off. Just hold on a second. Yeah, right. Let's move on. We're done here. What's going on here really isn't special. I'm just making sure it'll fit nice, and I'm setting it up for the jumpers to be soldered in. Here I have my 26 gauge Remington. That is not a shotgun. I'm going to strip the wire, ooh la la, and then I'm going to cut it and put strands all over the mat. These little strands are going to be used as the jumpers, and it really doesn't matter which one, whichever one you think is going to fit best. All I'm going to do here is just tack it into place now. Like you saw, I set it up for the jumper, so I don't really have to do too much with my hands. Thank you for not making any "that's what she said" jokes. Once I feel it's connected, you'll see me be a little rough with it. That's because you should have a molecular bond. You should not be able to just rip a jumper right out. I'm not saying go hog wild on it, I'm just saying it should stand some force. All I'm doing here is just hooking it up to my power supply real quick to make sure the switch works. You know, see if the board will turn on, and it did. Unfortunately, the screen's not coming on. I'm changing the screen now, and as I took the old one out, it looks like this was actually a replacement because soldering was a little sloppy compared to Nintendo's usual work. So I'm going to solder the speakers in. You see me using my fingers. I broke that habit. I highly recommend tweezers or another metal object to hold it in place. Nothing with skin on it. And it turns on. We did it. We just got to put it together now and put it up for sale one day. Here is the final product. As you can see, it is not good looking, but it is functional and it will not break off.
Oh, hey, didn't see it there. Okay, hopefully this is the last time I have to shoot this. The audio and video have not been syncing. It's been driving me nuts. It's very off. I'm going to speak slower to make sure it syncs. Never gonna sync. Thank you for taking that very exhausting ride with me. Unedited, that video was actually like 2.5 hours. Please somebody buy it if I list it for sale anytime soon. This is the final product. So please, if you have any comments, I said something wrong, I didn't mention your personal favorite kind of Switch, I really didn't mention any. There's tons of them. I don't even know where to begin, to be honest. Just like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your mailman, tell your public bus driver, tell your local congressman, let everybody know. All right? Thank you, and